Chat? Are we so fucking back, chat? Like, hello? Where do they, like, well, actual insanity? How do they actually just do that randomly on a Tuesday night? Well, they always do that on a Tuesday night, but still, shh. We're gonna watch it, obviously. We're gonna react to it, obviously. We're gonna cry at it, obviously. We're gonna give our own 2 cents at it, obviously. But holy fucking shit. Holy fucking fuck. It's kinda loud. Okay. Is that gold? Isaac Newton reference?
This world has always been so.
Nah.
Life abides no reason, for none are
That's
born
Nibirius?
by their own consent.
That's what I told my mother when she fought with me?
Death abides no reason,
That's for Nova?
for it cannot be defied, even by those who see it coming. Time abides no reason,
That's Easter Oath, my goat.
for it deprives us all equally, yet brooks not a second to be reclaimed. Space abides
That's
no
Asmodee.
reason.
Fucking finally confirmed she's the fucking fourth shade. Sorry.
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
Looks like Mondstadt's tree. For Nova?
The beer... No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing. Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
Oh, looking?
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable.
Oh, I love her
tempted by
eyes.
The ruler of space.
And her
I had
voice.
seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
That's Albedo's mom, by the way.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement. Although merging with you has stripped me of
That's
agency,
Nibirius?
I shall still continue to voice my disapproval.
Why is
My
it two
dear Rhine
sides?
daughter, you have my respect, Nibirius. Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
Same VA. I love the range then.
And you, Istaroth? Why did you bestow history upon them?
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not? After all,
She sounds like Venti.
it's clear that Asmodee is not here.
Oh my god, they confirmed her name is Asma!
Well,
Sorry.
perhaps you
I'm
could
no-
share
I'm
your
okay.
input a
Normal.
little earlier next
I'm normal.
time.
Professional.
But you're right. There's no trace of Asmodee here. Where has she gone? Anyway, it's time I put this space out of its misery.
Same VA? Notice how they have similar design elements.
These meetings are just a formality. Does it really matter that only 3 of us are here?
I, for one, think that we should find her. Since the Heavenly Principles cast us as shades, not one of us has ever missed a meeting.
What if she just switched sides?
Oh yeah, that's definitely
Finding her
Venti's
would do
VA.
more harm than good.
Oh my god, look at her.
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
just switched sides. You make it sound like such a trivial affair. We are shades, shadows of the heavenly principles.
Is
It's
it
unthinkable,
Arlequinos? No, it can be, right?
unless she loves her new master more than her own self.
Renova, do you know that you're being watched?
By whom? Whose gaze could pierce this far?
Piero? Bro, I was kidding!
I remember those eyes. It was just before I placed the curse of immortality.
You can place any curse on me, like I wouldn't mind. Okay, so 3 of them confirmed that they were there for the Conria bullshit. The Calamity.
Ah, yes. He's an old acquaintance of mine.
What about
I'm
Abuse?
sure that working for the Tsaritsas helped him let go of his past obsessions.
The Cryo Archon. With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles have yet to awaken. If I were her, I wouldn't
obsessed.
pass on that opportunity either.
I'm obsessed with these girls.
My
Look at her.
dear Rhine daughter, you know I cannot allow you to think that way.
How do they get along? That's
It was
crazy.
purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
For lack of a direct order, I say it's time we intervened. Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
The gaze of the gods has always been considered a blessing.
Ruler of Death, mind you.
Hence the origin and meaning of visions. People have always yearned for the gaze of the gods. And yet, it is said that when mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution. And what of it? Lives will be lost, a nation brought to ruins. So be it. It is nothing I have not endured before. I already know the price of gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god?
Oh, he wants
The
revenge.
god stays silent, as if the thought had never once crossed his mind. To all those who dare not look up to the heavens, Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold. Even the gods have their limits.
Which is the rules, but yes. In this case, it
Inspection
is.
over. Return to your posts.
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Per the Pale Star Edict,
Columbine!
we are to retrieve the damselette from Nod
Sorry.
Tri, whatever it takes.
Hey Queen, if you're free later today, I can I'm free and like let me just slightly move back away from the microphone. Just 1 second. Okay, that's all. I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. Let me just take a little look here. Bitch, it is Venti's VA. I don't recognize the others. Interesting. Oh, it is the same VA here too. You're right. What the hell? Let me just rewatch it. You said something about the statue of Inazuma. That has been theorized for a while that it was Isroth, and it was theorized even more after A confirmed that Isroth worked with Makoto. However, now that I look at their designs, it's probably a combination of all four. No, it has like Nabirius' cape and like Renova's eyes. It's probably like all four of them at this point. I will open the game and go there, but I know exactly how it looks like. One of my old theories is that it looked like Paimon, and it probably looked like Paimon because Paimon was like a vessel, like a child of one of the four shades. A lot of people were also being like, oh, that's just A, but like it looks nothing like A, not even the bangs. People were being like, oh, it's like a symbol for A. Okay, but like the visuals mean something too.
Born by
So this is definitely Nabirius. That's Isroth. I thought the third was Isroth. I thought this was Isroth. Bitch, this is Isroth! I'm just trying to look at the design elements. There's like little veins, quote unquote, here. It looks like tech veins, but the color, it looks like the opposite from like death, right? Because Nabirius is supposed to be the ruler of life. Yeah, it does look like tech, right? Why did they make life like represented by technology? Just like a tech design, I don't know. Oh, notice how she has a triquetra. That's for Nova. She has the eye motif. We already knew that. Similar curve, like design to Arlecchino, obviously, because Arlecchino's powers likely directly come from her. I don't see the triquetra. I'm so obsessed with her. I am so obsessed with her. You have no idea. Notice how they all have like pale hair, like blonde, plaid white. Like they all have like similar elements, which it reflects on how the primordial one looks like. Because if they all look so similar, that probably means that like they like got design elements from like the primordial one, the Genshin. No, she doesn't look like Paimon that much.
bides no reason, for none are born by their own consent.
Okay, this makes sense because you don't choose to be born.
Death abides no reason, for it cannot be defied,
Okay, because you cannot escape death.
even by those who see it coming. Time abides no reason, for it deprives us all equally. Yet
Okay, because time flows eternally and it cannot go back, allegedly.
brooks not a second to be reclaimed.
Okay, but notice how all of these the game has actually kind of broken before. Because, wait, I'm not even going to Asmodee yet. Like, time flows and you can't go back, but we did go back. Literally in the last quest, we went back to see Conria, old Conria, for like a second. And we confirmed that she and Asmodee managed to combine two time spaces, like the past and the present together, literally.
Space abides no reason.
Okay, we don't know what she's done. Very interesting detail. Not yet, at least.
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
Okay, they don't want to let her speak. Makes sense. Alright, because, okay, back to Enkanomiya. The people of Enkanomiya worshipped Isroth because Isroth helped them, but they never dared to say her name. The one book that talked about her, like, they wrote her name backwards. So maybe the second you mention the shades, like, they strike you down or something happens that, like, prevents you from, like, speaking them into existence, basically, because same happens with Mondstadt. We know that Isroth and Venti ruled Mondstadt together, but Isroth got forgotten over time, which most likely just means that she, like, manipulated the time for the people to forget, because no one forgets their god just like that. Also, notice how they have the same voice actress. Like, hello? Voice actors in multiple languages, probably, knowing them. Like, that has to mean something. Maybe they're like two entities split together, or like, I don't know, maybe like they're the same entity, but I don't know, something. It's insane. Yes, like, that's intentional. Okay, there's a Triquetras. Okay, 2 out of 4 have Triquetras so far.
The beer... no.
Look at her eyes. That's a flower. You would symbolize a flower with life, not death. Okay, the split eyes makes sense because one is gold, the other is Nabirius. I'm pretty sure that this is Nabirius' original design, but like she's like washed with gold's, you know, looks, quote unquote, because like they fuse together. It goes back to a theory that says that the singers may want to fuse together with the shades. She was probably intrigued because you know how she made like Albedo and all those creatures? She literally fused with the shade of life. Maybe that was her entire life's ambition because like she sees herself as like a creator of life. Okay, she also makes experiments like Albedo. Yeah, so when I was doing Skirk Stories Quest and you were there, I mentioned something about what if Surdalogy doesn't want to be the shade, any of the shades, but he wants to be the primordial one himself.
You seem to wield...
This is giving the Herda.
My dear Rhine daughter, you have my respect, Nabirius. Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
And you, Istara?
Okay, somehow they get along. Not fully, but they still get along enough. Because it's crazy, like, how would a shade allow, like, a human to, like, merge with them? I'm so obsessed with her. I'm so obsessed with her. Look, you don't understand how obsessed I am with her. This looks like a moon. This looks like a star. This looks like the sun. That's a heart. Is this not, like, I don't know what it's called in English, but the fucking diamond, and this is the heart, and it's probably, like, the clover thing, and the upside down heart somewhere else. There's another heart. That's a flower. Celestia motifs. Wait, there's a clover. That's the diamond. So, okay, so this is the upside down heart. Are these not the cards? This design really reminds me of someone. I just can't tell who yet. Yeah, there is like the little softness that Robin has too. Yeah, these bangs definitely remind me of the statue. It's not like 100%, right? Which is interesting. Like the statue's bangs flow on the other side too. But the side bangs, for example, like definitely. It looks like it's the head of fucking Nabirius. But like the wings of Renova. The gradient is interesting. Paimon has that too. Like color scheme wise, yeah, I can see that. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed with her. You don't understand how obsessed I am. Aren't these also Kiana's colors? I don't know the game well, but okay. There's a Trikisha. So far, I haven't seen it on Nabirius / Gold yet. Maybe this? Who is this new master? Where has she gone? Grr. Can shades even be perceived by others? I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her. If she's obsessed with herself, then as she should be, because what the fuck?
I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either. My dear Rhine daughter, you know,
What opportunity?
I cannot allow you to think that way.
To like disconnect herself from the heavenly principles? Because as a sustainer, shouldn't she, you know, do her job? Are these not cry teasers?
Endured before. I already know the price of gazing upon the gods.
Wait, was that 6? Oh, it was
Thought that
6.
never
Oh
once.
shit. I mean, Archon residue if you kill a god. Oh wait, was that the interior of Celestia? Hold on. The meeting space? It has stairs. Maybe this is like to watch over or something?
Now there's
Tevat?
an interesting idea.
Oh, she has a veil too. It's so hard. It's so hard. Unless like I draw them, I never notice their full like details. These are definitely the fucking statue's wings, bro. Well, it is suspicious that Asmodee isn't here. Because the last time we saw her was when she was kind of like spying on us in Conria. But we don't know if that was the present Asmodee or the past Asmodee, I guess. Even though they're supposed to be omnipotent, I guess. Omnipotent.
Of my respect.
Yeah, there it is. It's here. I was right. That's a Trakitra. I guess you have a point, yeah. New master more than her old self. Traveler, I guess. New master, quote unquote. Yeah, that's a big Paimon design motif. Just this alone. And it's interesting that she's overpowered by red, but Paimon is more like blue. I don't know if the blue here is intentional. I don't know. I'm just obsessed with this Earth. I'm also more obsessed with the fact that she just looks like a shy girl that doesn't really want to deal with anything. I mean, the clothes are like classic god veil or whatever. Like simple clothes. The wings are Renova. Cape and bangs look like Nabirius. The eye is still Renova. I don't see the other details anywhere right now. Because why would it be more life and death and not like more Easteroth, for example? Death makes sense because like A is like seen with the eye motifs and stuff like that a lot. Life, I don't get it. Why life over time? The time, especially with like eternity and stuff. The analogy with Paimon, then like you can see it, right? Paimon is also like a kid. It might be a case of Isroth and Venti. It might be Asmodee and Paimon. Especially now that it's confirmed that Asmodee is gone. And also the fact that Columbina was at the end of the short. I didn't even talk about that. It just makes me think she's like one of the moons for some reason. I don't know why. I can't take Renova seriously. How is she the ruler of death but keeps bringing people back to life? Curse of immortality? You're telling me you cursed the entirety of the Conarian people to live instead of dying? And now you brought Xbalanque back to life? I mean, why punish Conria in the first place? Like, why do you destroy and bring calamity? Because, like, the calamity was fated. It was written in the stars or something. If Conria was destined to be destroyed, why keep the people alive after that with, like, a disgusting curse? Because I would assume most Conria citizens are also innocent. Like, whatever happened to, like, strike, like, Conria down, like, it wasn't necessarily the people's fault. Maybe someone, like, traded. Maybe it was gold or something. I don't know. What if gold was like, Nabirius, I want to fuse with you. And Nabirius is like, not so fast. I want something in return. And gold is like, okay, kill my nation but keep my people alive. Obviously they're gonna do something according to the rules of the heavenly principles, right? If Kanya was destined to fall, that's why Easteroth and Asmodee were like, and Renova and maybe Nabirius. That's why the Shades were working together to ensure that calamity would strike, which is what they did. But literally, like, it literally confirmed it in the last quest. That's why they fused the two time spaces together to prevent the sibling from saving Conria instead of going to find their sibling, right? It was because of their intervention that the Abyss sibling went to the Traveler instead of staying and saving Conria. And likely, they probably do that every cycle. Like, they probably do this, like, whole time space shenanigans every single time until the Abyss sibling decides to go after their sibling instead of saving Conria. Just to ensure that in every cycle, Conria's destiny is always, is always fulfilled. Like, it always falls, it always strikes down. Which is interesting because then why was Fossilor allowed to save Fontaine? Why did the Heavenly Principles not care? They didn't wake up when these happened, even though it was like a fate ever so similar to Conria. Why was Fontaine allowed to escape, but Conria was not? What was Fontaine's sin? That Argyria created people out of Oceanids. And there's a speculation that Conria's sin was literally the same thing. Maybe Kemia, maybe like gold creating creatures that she shouldn't have or something. Even though from Albedo's words, it sounded like she fused with Nabirius only recently. But what if she fused like around the time Conria fell? There's like an incredibly large amount of lore that was never explained but only speculated. And we're literally on the 6th region out of 7 or out of 8, depending on if we go back to Conria. If Nordcry doesn't explain all of these gaps by now, then like what will? Snezhnaya looks like it's the climax, not like the explanation. And Nordcry is finally introducing us to the moons. This is like things that have been in like the lore since the start of the game. It's been 5 years. The lore people, I don't want to say we, because like I've kind of given up on the lore for like 2 to 3 years. I used to be very, very invested, and I'm sure you know that. I used to know every single detail. Now I kind of forgotten. But like the lore people knew about these things and have been waiting for so long, and most of it is just speculations, endless speculations. We didn't know that Asmodee was one of the Shades. It was just a common like theory, and now it got confirmed. Now it gets confirmed, and now most people are like, oh, what the fuck? But like the lore people knew. The lore people knew. It just needed a confirmation. The lore people got so excited with like that fucking moon event, like web event. It's not new, but the new details are so appreciated because we need answers. Like we need things to be revealed finally. But they're not introduced, they're just revealed, if that makes sense.
As the sustainer of the world's borders.
Excuse me, as the what now?